Stop distracting me from what we're trying to do with talking my beard. All right, so Amazon for noobs. All right, so where do you start, right? Where, maybe you want to get involved in Amazon. I won't get into all the reasons why you should, because there's a ton of reasons, honestly, too many to even count. But if you realize that you're not making enough money at your full-time job, or you want to leave your full-time job, or maybe you just want to make an extra $1,000 a month so you can go on vacation with your family or whatever, that's where this kind of comes in. So how do you start? Well, it depends where you are in the world, right? I know I've got a ton of international people that watch my channel, and I've got several international students from all over the world. And the thing is, you can sell in the United States from anywhere in the world, right? Anywhere. Even if your country doesn't allow you to sell in America, you can, okay? There's loopholes, there's ways around it, okay? And the big way is to create an LLC, or just incorporate a company in the United States using a virtual address, all right? So, I'll say virtual address, right? If you can read that, which, you probably can't, but my handwriting's pretty bad. So virtual address, but the important part is LLC. Right? That's the big one. If you create an LLC in the United States, then you technically live, or rather your business lives in the United States. So therefore, you're a resident, right? You will get an EIN, which is a business equivalent of a social security number that you can use to sign up for Amazon, okay? So a lot of people from countries all over the world ask me, oh, Amazon's banned in my country, I can't sell. This is what you have to do. This is the workaround, okay? So face tracking focus, please. I can't do anything about the focus. It's on autofocus already, so if it's out of focus back here, in focus up here, I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. All right. So this is the workaround. Obviously, like Ahmad has said, you don't need an LLC, okay? If you're in the States, or if you're in a country that Amazon lets you sell from. So that's not a big deal. But this is for if you're out of the U.S. and your country you're in doesn't allow you to sell. So that's the workaround. That's how you can make your Amazon account to start off. Let's see, lost connection, seeing black. Just refresh the page, because it should work. Yeah, Delaware, like Daniel said, Delaware is one of the best states to incorporate your business, because they have low taxes for their state, and they don't actually have any state income tax, and neither does Texas. Texas doesn't have any state income tax, and that's where I'm incorporated, obviously, because I live in Dallas. As you can see behind me, this is Dallas, downtown Dallas area, right here behind me. Subtitles in English. This is live, so there are no subtitles, unfortunately. Sorry. So let's see. We talked about getting ungated in beauty and grocery. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. So once you're set up, right? Once you've got your, either if you're gonna make a business, but once you've got your seller account ready, set up, gotta find a product, right? You gotta find something to sell. Okay. So if you want to find something to sell, there's a ton of different ways to do it. There's several different programs to do it. And if you watch my channel, you know of two: Jungle Scout for private label products, and Tactical Arbitrage for online arbitrage products. Okay, so if you don't know what those two are, just quick Google will tell you that private label is just when you create your own brand. All right, so like this marker, this is Avery brand, okay? This marker is Avery brand. This is a private label product, technically, all right? Any brand is a private label. So if you create your own brand, that's exactly it. You create your own brand, all right? OA, or online arbitrage, is when you buy other people's products, okay, and you sell them on Amazon, right? So buy them on Walmart or Target or Lakeside, Fleet and Farm. There's a ton of different websites that you can buy products from, have them shipped to either your house to a prepper, and we'll get into that in a second, and then you sell them, okay? But first, you got to find those products, all right? And I've got a ton of videos. In fact, I'd say over half of my videos on YouTube are about how to find products. So I'm not going to actually go into that right now. I'm going to go into the math and the numbers behind it and what exactly you need to be doing in order to fulfill, you know, your goals or get your full-time income. So let's see, going back to chat for a sec. It looks like everybody's having a good time. So sweet. All right, so let me erase this, and we're going to do some numbers as far as like what exactly you need to do in order to have a full-time income. Okay, and the thing is, a full-time income varies person to person, right? So like a full-time income for me or for you might be different than a full-time income for somebody else, okay? So just got to keep that in mind. Part of the board's cut off here, there we go. Just keep that in mind that, you know, a full-time income is variable, okay? It's whatever you need it to be or whatever you want it to be, okay? So we'll just use the United States average, which is, I believe, $3,500 a month. I think that's post-tax. It might be pre-tax. We're going to round up, okay? Because who are you going to complain that you're making more money? No, probably not. Okay, so we're going to round up to $4,000. All right, this is crooked, isn't it? This is crooked to me when it's that's it. All right, so you want $4,000 per month. All right, that is your goal in profit, right? That is your take home. That's what you need to pay your rent, pay your bills, whatever. It might be more, it might be less. Use your own number for this. All right, this is just our example here. Okay, there are a lot of Daniels in the chat. I just noticed that. I looked and I saw like 4 Daniels at the same time. Jake, we love you, Jordan. I love you too, Jake. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody's having a good time, so I'm glad that this turned out, because yesterday, man, I tried to live stream and it did not work for those of you that saw the very brief, horrible glimpse of it. So I'm glad that this one's working out. Okay, so $4,000 a month is your income goal. Like, you know, maybe you're replacing your job, maybe you are, you know, this is just extra money that you want to make, whatever it is, this is your goal. So how much money do you need to start off? Okay, and then we'll talk about how to find products a little bit. But like I said, you know, I've done a ton of videos on how to find products, so after this, go watch those. But more importantly, the numbers. You know, what do the numbers mean? Okay, so let's check some numbers. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna give away a book that I got the other day. It's pretty funny. It's called Win Bigly. Wow, that's really out of focus. All right, there you go. It's called Win Bigly by Scott Adams, the guy that made Dilbert, and he talks about the election and how Trump shouldn't have won, and how he basically it's persuasion in a world where facts don't matter. It's a really funny book, but it's also really good because it's true. You know, you have to persuade people, and honestly, guys, facts are starting not to matter more and more every single day. So I'm going to give away this book sometime during the stream, as long as you guys stay focused and stay involved in what we're talking about. So, you know, I'm gonna drop it on the floor though. Okay, so Brian's leading up to it. He knows. Yeah, I can tell he knows a little bit about what's going on. A third. That's what we're getting. But that depends. Okay, depends on something very important, and that is called really 2 things: your profit margin and your return on your investment, or otherwise known as ROI. And this is the number that everybody likes, right? ROI. That is the return on your investment. And if you've ever taken a business class or have Googled or know anything really, you probably know what ROI is. So if I spend $1 on a product and then I get $2 back, I made a 100% ROI, right? If I buy a product for $1 and I get $1.50 back, I made a 50% ROI, okay? So it's really easy math to figure it out. It's just how much money you made, right, divided by how much money you spent, right? Is that right? I think that's right. Like I said, arithmetic's not my thing, guys. So, But ROI is what we're going to be looking at, because that's kind of how you determine how much profit you make overall. Okay, so how do you make $4,000 a month? How do you do it? Well, it depends on this number. It depends a lot on that number. So you want to find an average, right? An average ROI. I'm going to tell you right now, the average ROI for at least pretty much every Amazon seller that I've ever talked to is at least 30%. I mean, that's like the minimum. Like, I usually won't sell a product if it's less than that. Sometimes I will. A lot of new sellers, they look for products in the, maybe 70% area, or even more, so 70% plus. But 30%, that's a really horrible reason. Oh man, all right. I'm sorry. Let me just drop everything over there. Okay. So, before I continue messing up everything, let me erase this. I need to not be so picky with my threes, just 3 looked really bad, so I just wanted to erase it, all right? So 30% is like the minimum, right? Like this is like what, like if you suck. Like if you suck at selling, like that's usually what you get. So I dropped it, so now it's off a little bit. There you go. So 30% is like, again, that's like the minimum. So 30% ROI, is it achievable? Absolutely, 100%. So typically when I go to buy a product, rule of thumb here for looking to buy products, you want to try to buy something that you could sell for 3 times more in sales, all right? That's kind of what Brian in the chat was talking about, the third rule. If you can find a product for $10 that you buy for $10 and it's selling for Amazon for $30, it's more than likely a really good buy. Sometimes, it might be really big and really heavy, and so that might not apply. But for like a normal thing like this marker, right? This marker I think was like $7 or something. It's pretty overpriced for a marker, but it's a big marker, right? Let me use a better example. Okay, this tripod, right? Let's say this tripod was $20. If you can buy this tripod for whatever a third of 20 is, which is like, what is it, like $7, say $6.33, right? $6 and I don't know. It's like maybe $6.50 or so. So if you can buy it for like $6 and sell it for 20, then you're probably pretty golden, right? And these are just rough rules of thumbs. There's tons of different calculators you can put numbers into to make sure that it actually works out. But if you can buy for 1/3 of sale. Wow, this looks awesome. It's like all off to the side there. So I think this light is in the way, so you can't even see it. There we go. That's better. So you want to buy stuff for 1/3 of the sale price. So we got someone asking, what about taxes? So that's a great question. So taxes are calculated on your profit, all right? So typically, when you sell something on Amazon, let's use that example of the $20 tripod. All right, so we've got this $20 tripod, and we sell it for $20 to a customer, all right? Our actual profit on that is not $20, obviously, okay? Amazon gets a share, right? So minus Amazon's share, AMZ, I'll just use AMZ, that's an abbreviation. So Amazon's share, and then minus what's called cost of goods. Cost of goods sold. This is a G. All right. I'm not gonna attempt to erase it, but that is COGS, which stands for cost of goods sold. Okay, so $20 minus Amazon's cut, minus your COGS, will equal your profit. I can't write sideways, so that F is kind of crooked. Okay, looks like a 10-year-old is doing this. Okay, I swear I'm not 10 years old. I'm I'm 20 something. All right, 20. I'm 24. Okay, I always forget how old I am sometimes. All right. Cool. So $20 minus Amazon's cut minus the cost. Now, how much does Amazon take? That's another big question. So Amazon takes 15%, right off the sale price. So if you sell for $20, they'll take 15% of $20, and that's the case in most categories. Some categories they take a little less. Like I think in let's see, what's the category they take less in? Industrial and scientific, they only take 8%. In electronics, they only take 8%. So those are just categories to look out for. I don't actually sell anything in those categories because I don't really care to. But Amazon takes 15% of the sale price, so I'll just write that in here. Okay. So they take 15%. And you might not be able to read that on the camera, but you can hear me saying it, so it's okay. All right, so 15% Amazon takes. How much is this? This is how much you paid for the product. So, if we paid $6 for this product, right, maybe that's our cost of goods sold. So we're subtracting 15% of 20, which I'm not going to do because I got a calculator right here. Okay, we'll do it. All right, one more cost. Amazon also gets, if you use FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, which I recommend everybody do, they also take another fee for, shipping it to the customer. So shipping charges, storing it in their warehouse, prepping it, and, dealing with returns. I think there's a firework outside, because just heard a firework, but yes, everybody's saying 3. I don't know what 3 is. Maybe I was asking what math is. So 15% of 20, everybody's saying is $3. Okay, so Amazon's going to take $3 minus that 6. Amazon, typically the FBA fees, they're based on the product's dimension and weight, but it's usually around between between $4 and $6 typically. So we'll just assume it's $5. Or yeah, that sounds good. We'll just say it's $5. Okay. So Amazon takes $7 total, right? So again, we'll start off down here, which I hope everybody can read that. We've got our $20 sale price minus the 5 for the FBA fees, minus the 3 for so I don't know if you guys can hear me when I'm over there because my microphone's here, but $20 for sale price, $5 for the FBA fees, $3 for just the fact that we're selling on their website. Let me move this down a little bit. So there we go. Okay. So and then of course minus the $6 for our cost of goods, and that equals some math. All right, and that's our profit. Okay. So 5. Yeah, that's 6, 15, 12. So is that $6? Is that $6 left? I think 20 minus 5 minus 3 minus 6. I think that's 12. No, sure. All right, we'll just say it's 12, and I'm gonna write it right there. And if I'm wrong, then I'm just bad. Okay, I already got people saying 14, but is it 14? I think it's 12. Okay, so $12 is your profit. All right, it's not your ROI. It's your total profit. Now someone says 6, guys. I can't do math. All right, I can't do it. I don't even know. All right, I got a calculator. We're gonna do it. Everybody's saying 6. All right, yeah, we're gonna go with what everybody else is saying, 6. I was like, this is way too high. It's too much money. Can you guys believe that I majored in electrical engineering in college, which is incredibly math and physics heavy? You'd be surprised, all right? So, made $6, all right? All right, Jordan's an engineer, that's right, I sure am. I actually what's funny is I did tutor math a ton. I actually had a tutoring company when I was in college. I tutored math, guys. I tutored math, and I can't subtract numbers. Okay. Cool, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you can use a calculator. All right? You cheated. I did cheat, didn't I? Okay, so $6 is your profit. Okay? Great. So your ROI is based on this number and this number. All right, which I'll use an actual calculator for that because it'll give me a percentage. So let's see, calculator. If we made $20, if we made $6 on a $20 investment, that's a 30% ROI, okay? And all you got to do is you take the 6, right, which is your profit, okay, and you divide it by 20. All right, so 6 divided by 20 is 0.3, all right? So 0.3 is 30% when we're talking about percentages, all right? So your ROI here, and I don't know if you can read the bottom of the board. I'll have to scoot it down in a second. But your ROI is 30%. All right, so let me scoot that down so you guys can see. If I can. Yeah, there we go. All right, everybody gets the board. Cool. My head's cut off, but it's all good. So, what did I say earlier, right? 30% is like the if you suck number, all right? So, this product kind of sucks, but it still works, right? This is this still $20 tripod, okay? So, yeah. Yes, your revenue is this. This is your revenue, all right? So when people start talking about making all this money, you're like, man, I just made like $100,000 selling on Amazon. They're probably talking about this number because it's the bigger number. Everybody likes to flex the revenue, okay? Because it's the biggest. Why would you not, right? It's not like if you work out your upper body, you're going to be like flexing your upper body. No one, you're going to wear sweatpants all year because your legs are tiny, right? Because you don't work out. You don't flex your legs when you work out. Yeah, you get what I'm talking about. So if legs are profit, then revenue is your upper body, okay? Does that make sense? Don't skip leg day. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so this is the number that's biggest because it's what the customer pays, right? So this is the number that you're bringing in from the customer. And then this is the number that you're walking away with at the end of the day, walking away with $6, all right? Which is pretty good, right? Now, when Amazon deposits you money, when they send you money to your bank account, they actually include this number in there, right? So for a $20 sale, you're going to get a direct deposit of actually $12. And let me write that down here. So direct deposit DD is actually 12. Okay? So your direct deposit is $12. That's actually what Amazon's going to give you, right? Because you paid this out of your bank account or using your credit card or whatever. You paid this. You don't actually pay Amazon anything. They take it out of the sale price. And then they direct deposit you the difference after they subtract their fees. They direct deposit you the $6 plus whatever your profit is. Okay, so you actually, on a $20 sale, you get a direct deposit of $12. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. If the cost of good is 6 and you made 6 at the end of the day, that's 0 profit. No. It's 100% ROI. Actually, it's 100% profit because you make the original $6 back, and I think that's something that a lot of people forget. They forget that Amazon pays you back the cost of goods sold. So if I go to the store and I buy this tripod for $6, right? I go and I buy this tripod for $6 and I sell it for $20. All right, Amazon's going to pay me $12 after their fees. They're going to pay me $12 into my checking account. So I spent $6, okay, and I got back 12. Wait, that's not right. Is that right? That's not right. Oh, it is right. I'm sorry, guys. Math's wrong again. Math's wrong again. Your ROI is not 30%. Maybe some people already caught this in chat. Your ROI is actually 100%. All right? because you spent the $6 and you got the $12 back, right? That's 100% ROI. So I hope, yeah, why are you so bad at math? I know, right? People are just going to leave this stream because I'm so bad at math. I've got an Excel spreadsheet that does all this for me, all right? So I just want to point that out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now that I'm like super embarrassed because I don't know how to do any math. Wow. Great. I swear I have a college degree. Okay? I do. I have a college degree. My diploma's in the other room. It's in the background of some of my videos, so go if you don't believe me. So, for this tripod, it actually turns out being a pretty good product. We get 100% ROI. So if we can buy this for $6, okay, $6 the cost that we pay, and then, you know, we sell it, maybe it takes 2 or 3 weeks to sell. Amazon will then direct deposit us $12. So all that you see from your bank account side is you see $6 leave, wait about, you know, a few weeks, and then you see $12 come back in, okay? That's 100% ROI. So everybody's laughing at me. Can I smell your beard for $4.29? You know, it actually does smell good because I use beard wax. It's pretty good. But no, probably not. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. Yeah. So I'm gonna erase this now, and we're gonna move on to whatever the next thing is, which is logistics. Okay, logistics is like how to actually get your product from like point A to point B, and like, you know, someone asked about a prepper earlier. I talked about that. So, I didn't finish the conversation here. Okay, so $4,000. If you get an average 30% ROI, it means that you need to spend a little more than $12,000 a month on products. That's a lot, right? You've got to spend, you know, that's where that term, you got to spend money to make money, comes from. If you want to make $4,000 a month in profit, and you're at, let's say, a 33% ROI, because I'm going to make the math easy, all right? I'm going to make it easy for me. Then you need to spend 3 times more than your required profit. Okay, so really, you need to spend $12,000, okay, per month. That's how much money you need to be spending on products every month. All right, you can break that down and say, you know, that's what is that? It's $3,000 a week. Okay, $3,000 a week in order to, you know, make money. Someone said 13,333. Thank you. Great. So that's what, if this was, but I changed it. All right, I changed it to 33%. Okay, so that I could do a very easy number. Okay, it's a third. It's exactly 1/3. So, but I hope everybody sees. Does that make sense? First off, how we got here. If you want to make $4,000 in profit and your ROI is 33% on average, you need to spend $12,000 a month. All right? Give me like a yes in chat if that math checks out and makes sense. Just give me a yes, and then we'll move on to talking about the prepper and things like that. Got a yep, got a Y. Makes sense. Yes. All right, everybody gets it. So I'm glad that everybody has passed basic arithmetic, because I apparently haven't. So I'm glad everybody gets it. Actually got a couple no's. Yeah, all the people that said no, maybe someone in the chat that understands it, you know, kind of explain it better than me. All right, so let me erase this again. This might take a second. I'm actually going to take it off to erase it because I'll probably drop it on the floor again. Plus, this thing's hard to erase, so I'm going to have to get another paper towel here. So, there we go. That's looking good. So, any questions thus far on what we've so far talked about? This is looking real nice. Right, guys? Looking real good. questions? Yeah, moral of the story is spend money to make money. That is pretty true. What about income taxes? Right, so someone asked about taxes, and I forgot to fully answer that question. You get taxed on your profit. So in that previous example, right, we made $6 in profit. You get taxed on that $6. And it's entirely dependent on where you live. If you live in California, you pay state income tax as well as federal income tax, okay? So that's a lot. It ends up being like 60% of your profit goes to taxes, which sucks, right? But here in Texas and a lot of other states, you don't pay income tax directly to the state. All I do is pay federal income tax. So federal income tax ends up being, it depends on how much money you make, but it can be 20 to 30%, maybe even 40% if you make a lot of money. But for most people, it's probably around 25 to 30% of your income goes to federal government, okay? So I can't really answer much more about taxes because I'm not a federal tax expert and I could get in trouble if I give tax advice. But that is, just Google it kind of answer. So, let's see. Jay, yes. Oh my goodness. Everybody's still making fun of me for not being able to do math. So I appreciate that, everybody. I'm glad that getting a kick out of it. Hey, I can laugh at myself, all right? I know I'm not good at math. But I'm pretty okay at teaching, right, guys? I mean, you would agree that I'm not too bad at being a teacher. Give me a yes if you think at least I'm a decent teacher, right? So I may not be good at math, but give me a yes in chat if you think that I'm a halfway decent teacher, at least teaching this kind of stuff. So, what's 2 plus 2? It's 4, all right? I'm not that bad. Everybody says, yeah, I guess, right? Luke, I guess. A lot of people say yes. All right, I try, man. I try. Da. You're all right, I guess. All right, well, thanks. Thanks, everybody. Okay, let's move on to the next part, which is logistics, all right? So logistics are fun. I'm also bad at spelling, so let's see if I can spell logistics right. So I'm bad at spelling, I'm bad at math, I have terrible handwriting. I had to be an entrepreneur. Like, I couldn't get hired anywhere else, Like, you have to have basic arithmetic skills to get hired, even like at Walmart, right? Just adding numbers. Oh, man. So, logistics. This is basically getting your product from, point A all the way over here to point C, which is the customer, okay? So point A is where you buy the product. So you purchase the product from the buy place, right? And there's a ton of different places to buy products, okay? If you're doing online arbitrage, you can use a program like Tactical Arbitrage to find different retailers, all right? So if we're buying, we can buy from retailers, right? We can buy retail products. We can buy in bulk from wholesalers, right? So wholesale products. Okay, and then of course we can buy overseas from manufacturers, all right? Typically this is Alibaba, right? If I'm talking about private label, if I'm talking about building your own brand or manufacturing, Alibaba, right? Someone said liquidators. Who said liquidators? I swear it's Nick Mav. Right, Nick Mav said liquidators. It's absolutely right. So I'll actually add that. Liquidators. Got to sound it out so I can spell it right. Right? And then we got Alibaba. I'm dyslexic too, so I always get my B's on the wrong side. So I think this is right. Alibaba. All right. So I'm not really dyslexic, so forgive me for making fun of. If you are dyslexic, I apologize. Let me issue a Logan Paul apology. I'm so sorry for what I did. All right. I'm not going to sit and hate on the Paul brothers during my stream. All right, but these are just a few. All right, there's other places. There's other places to buy stuff. There's a ton of places to buy stuff. Okay, so retail examples: Walmart, Target, pretty much any store that you physically go to, or online stores that you can buy stuff. So retail could also be online. It doesn't have to be in a physical store. For example, Amazon.com is a retail store, right? And it's one of the largest retail stores in the world, next to Walmart. Okay, so Amazon's a retail store. And yes, you actually can buy stuff from Amazon and then keep it and then sell it for more money on Amazon. It's called an Amazon to Amazon flip. It's a little more advanced. I might make a video about that in the future, but I don't do it a lot because it's not that good. So, what if I'm under 18? Okay, so if you're not 18 yet, you can register using your parent or legal guardian's information, and then when you're 18, you can just have them switch the account over to yours. But that's definitely how you go about doing that. So, yeah. So wholesale liquidators, Alibaba. That's a different place to buy it. Right now, obviously, where's the customer? Right, the customer is on Amazon. A-M-Z. That's where the customers are. Right, that's where the paying customers who already have their money out and ready to give you. That's where they are. That's where they reside. They love it there. But what happens? What happens in here? Right, I'm just gonna. There's squiggles. Squiggles happen. How do you get the product from point A to point B? What's ironic and kind of funny is I have to now erase this so I can draw what happens here. Because maybe in your brain it was squiggles for a while, but now it's going to be clear, crystal clear. Everybody's going to understand exactly how it works, okay? So, let's see, just recently started following you. Total Noob, suggestions where to start. You're in the right place right now, right? Watching this live stream. This is the Total Noob live stream, okay? And then after this, honestly, chronological order of my videos, probably the best way to go about doing it. And then you can watch me, grow my beard longer and longer and longer as the videos go on. Okay. So, what happens in here? Okay. I gotta think about it because there's a few things. The best way to tell you about it is probably going to be when you order the product, right? Or when you buy the product, when you have the product. So you can either never see the product. I honestly never see probably 90% of the products I sell. All right. I see all my private label products because I want to make sure that they're good. But all the OA stuff, I never see it. Okay, I never see it. So for some products, actually for all your products, you've got this section here, which we'll call B, which is actually, this is the Amazon warehouse. All right, Amazon's warehouse. I'm just going to put where. For some reason, I capitalized the last letter. Okay, so I don't know. Hopefully, everybody can read that. This is Amazon's warehouse. All right. Once you get your products here, you don't have a problem anymore. All right. They'll ship out the customer, and you never have to worry about it again. Okay. It's great. It's beautiful, and this is why I love it. Keep in mind, this is only if you use FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon. If you fulfill your own orders, which I really don't recommend you do, then you don't get this luxury. All right. The luxury here is you get the product to the Amazon warehouse, and you never have to worry about it again. They handle all the shipping, all the customer, complaints, all of the returns, all of the picking, packing, shipping, labeling, bubble wrapping, what have you. All right, they do it all for you. All right, and that's what that FBA fee comes in. Right, there's a fee that they charge for it. That's what that's for. But trust me, it's 100% worth it. I have merchant fulfilled orders in the past. It sucks really bad having to package everything. You got to buy boxes. You got to buy wrapping. You got to buy stickers to label things. It's the worst. Okay, so don't do merchant fulfilled. Okay, use FBA. That's why they're there. They built the largest fulfillment network in the world. Take advantage of it. Okay, don't try to reinvent the wheel here. okay? And yeah, I agree, boxes suck. K-A-G-G. All right, so we just need to figure out how to get our products from where we buy them over to Amazon. There's a few different ways to do that, okay? So we can, one, ship it directly there, right? So if we buy on places like Alibaba, we buy, some wholesalers will do this, only some, you have to talk to them. They'll actually just do all of the labeling for you. So when you buy a product, you have to put what's called an FNSKU on it. This has to be applied to every single product that you sell. Okay, every single product needs an FNSKU. All right, once that's on there, all right, then you put an FBA label. All right, FBA label on the box. All right, that doesn't go on the product, it goes on the box. All right, so you've got the box here of your products, right? And there's you know, a bunch of little products in the main carton. Every single one of those little boxes, every single one of the individual products, all right, it needs an FNSKU on it. And then you put your FBA label on the box, on the outer box, all right? So people are asking about UPC, doesn't go on the box, all right? If there's a UPC, so if you buy from a retailer, there'll typically be a UPC on the package. Put the FNSKU over the UPC so they can't scan it. You don't want them to be able to scan any other barcode on your products except for this, okay? This is the only barcode that anybody at the warehouse should be scanning, okay? Now, where does this come from? A lot of people ask, where do you get an FNSKU? When you create the listing in your Amazon Seller Central account, you go to inventory, and then on this side, on the right-hand side of the page, there'll be like a little drop down. You drop that down, and as long as the product is set up to be FBA, you click Print Item Labels, and that's what those are. They're FNSKUs. All right. So if you're buying from Alibaba, okay, you print an FNSKU to a PDF, and you email it to them, and say this barcode needs to go on every single product that is going to go in this main carton. And then you create a shipping plan, okay, that goes from whatever their address is, whatever your manufacturer's address is. Just ask them, what's your ship from address? Where are you shipping this from? You put that information in Amazon. You ask them, you know, what's the carton size? What's the weight? What's the dimensions of the boxes? How many boxes? You know, you get all that information. You go through the shipping plan on your Seller Central, okay? And then you print out your FNSKU, email that to them. Then you set up the shipping plan, and you'll get an FBA label. All right? When you get that FBA label, you also email that to your supplier and have them put it on every single box. Every single carton that goes into a fulfillment center must have an FBA label. And every single product, every single individual unit must have an FNSKU. I know I'm stressing this, but I get this question all the time because it is kind of confusing. Because where do UPCs come in? Right? Where's the UPC? If you're doing private label, when you go to create a new listing, or if you're creating a new listing of any kind, you have to have a UPC or be brand exempt. And I'll get into brand exempt later, but the UPC and the FNSKU are not the same thing, and they have nothing to do with each other, okay? So a UPC is made when you create the listing in the Amazon catalog, right? So you don't need it to actually ship anything, all right? So if you're doing retail online arbitrage, okay, so that is what you'll be doing. You'll cover up the UPC that's already existing, right? You're doing private label, you're buying from Alibaba, then you're gonna have to get a UPC just to make the listing. You don't put the UPC on anybody's product, you know, you don't do anything like that, okay? I've got a whole video on YouTube covering barcodes in general, okay? So go watch that if you're still confused, because I know it's confusing. But yes, KAGG FNSKU is taped over the UPC if there's a UPC on it. Exactly, okay? So now you've got it set up, right? So now your supplier, they've got all the units in a box, FBA label and FAQs. Everything's labeled and packed appropriately. they mail it directly to the FBA warehouse, and you're done. That's it. Now you wait for them to sell. You know, you maybe run some ads, or you know, put up your listing, make it look good, take some good pictures or whatever. But that's it. You don't have to touch the product. You don't have to look at the product. You don't have to do anything. It's in the warehouse. Remember, once it's in the warehouse, you're done. That's the sweet part. All right. So that's for if you buy from Alibaba or a manufacturer having your product made. But what if you buy retail, online arbitrage, okay, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, or wholesale? Then you get another little guy in here, all right? And he's kind of a little guy, so I'll make him a little circle. We'll call him D, just because I've already used A, B, and C, okay? Actually, we'll call him P, because he's a prepper, okay? He is a Amazon prepper, all right? And what these kinds of, there's a ton of different preppers out there, hundreds, all over the United States. Actually, all over the world. There's preppers in France and other European countries as well. So they're all over the world. And I've done an entire video on YouTube about preppers. So if this gets confusing, check that video out. Also, if you want recommendations for which prepper to use, check out that video. I tell you how to pick which prepper might be good for your particular situation. All right, there's a lot of preppers. How do you gauge which one's going to be the best for you? All right, so this prepper, all that they do is they take these products, retail, online arbitrage. They will do wholesale products. Some of them will do liquidated products. Okay, so basically, if you're doing any sort of arbitrage or even wholesale, all that they do is they receive these products. All right, so if you buy a product from Walmart.com, you can ship it to yourself. All right, and do the prep, and it'll save you some money because you do have to pay these guys. All right, they're not doing it for free. You do have to pay your prepper. Okay, so you can do this work by yourself in your home. But if you don't want to, or you have so many products that you've ordered that you can't physically do it yourself, that's where these guys come in. All right, and all that they do is they receive these products. Right, so when you go to buy the product, you actually put in your prepper's address. Right, so you put in your billing address, which will probably be your address, whatever address is tied to your credit card or bank account or whatever. But you put in their shipping address. You put in the prepper's shipping address. All right, so exactly what KAGG said. They set it up to send it to Amazon. All right, so you will set up the prepper account with them. It's really easy. You just literally call them. Okay, with your marker, you call them. And you say, hey, I'm an Amazon seller. I want to ship products to you and have you ship them to Amazon, right? And they're like, sweet, sounds good, sweet. I'm gonna tell you. So let me explain what they do. They receive the products. They take off any existing barcodes that the retailer. They remove any packaging. Remove any invoices, remove any other inserts or whatever. And then they put on the F and SKU label, and then they repackage it, right, to make sure it's good. And then they put an FBA label on the box, and then they ship it to Amazon, right? So you pay both, all the time, you pay for shipping from you to your prepper, right? So if you're buying something from Walmart.com, you pay for shipping to your prepper, and you also pay for shipping to Amazon. Whereas if you do private label, you pay for shipping from China to the Amazon warehouse. I'm going to tell you right now, they're about the same. They end up being really close to the same. In fact, most of the time, this route is actually cheaper overall. All right, but it's entirely different. It's like apples and oranges, so don't really compare the two. As long as it's profitable, you can sell it, right? Okay. So your prepper does all that work, and then they ship to Amazon. If you want to save money, right? If you're starting out and you're doing OA, you don't want to spend money on a prepper because preppers typically cost maybe like $1 a unit. So let's say you buy 200 units of a product. They're going to charge you $200 to prep those. Okay? If you don't want to use a prepper, you can have it shipped. We'll put another circle up here, call this the H circle, your house. All right, you have it shipped to your house, okay? And then you have it from your house shipped to FBA. So that is one particular example. Let's see how I'm doing on battery on my laptop. So my battery's almost dead. So 1 second, I'm gonna plug in my laptop. I'm glad I thought about it because I think it would have just died and not even told me that it needed battery. So I'm gonna plug this in. There we go. Sweet. Okay. So any questions, guys? Any questions? So if this is complicated, trust me, I know. It is a lot of information to take in, especially all at once. But this is how you do it. This is the layout. This is the guide for what you want to do in any way of selling anything. Even if you're not selling on Amazon, right? Let's say you're selling on Walmart.com. It's the same principle. If you're selling on your own website, same principle. Okay? If you're going to sell anything, same principle. You have to get your products from point A to point customer. All right? So, any questions? What is OA? Like Joseph said, it's online arbitrage. That is what OA stands for. Let's see. Can I do personal classes with you? Yes. You can check out the description of this video. The link probably below this video. It's going to tell you how you can become a student of mine. Currently, that doesn't make sense. I mentor several hundred people. And they're all doing really good. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Amazon storage fees. So storage fees, not a big deal, honestly. Unless the product's in the warehouse for longer than 6 months, I actually don't even include storage fees in my calculations because they're so minuscule. Like, it's like 20 cents a cubic foot, all right? You can fit a lot of products in it, unless it's a really big product. So it's not a lot of money. And I rarely include that in my calculations just because it's just so small. Let's see. Do you provide contact information for the prep peepers in your course? Yes. There's a list of, actually you don't even need to do that. If you go to the video on YouTube, there's all that contact information from for preppers, for all sorts of different preppers. So is your course step-by-step from beginning to end? Yeah, of course. It's step-by-step. Everything's laid out. It's definitely a lot less confusing than this, mostly because I've got more space to work with than a whiteboard. Maybe I should have turned it sideways, right? There'd be more space. But yeah, it is way streamlined, way easy to understand, nothing complicated about it. So yeah, it's really straightforward. At least that's what I've been told by all of my students. Let's see. What are the box size limitations / regulations? Let's see. Do you recommend lots of small boxes or one big one? Typically, I always recommend one larger box. The maximum constraints for a box, it's a good question, is 24 inches on the largest size and no more than 50 pounds. All right, so for you metric people, you can do the conversions yourself because, as you found out, I am bad at math. Okay, but no, I would do one big box, no larger than 24 inches on the longest side, and no heavier than 50 pounds. That is Amazon's max regulation that I have personally broke on a few occasions. One time I shipped in a box that was 111 inches. They took a picture of that box. They sent me an email, and they sent me a notification in Seller Central and said, hey, you can't do this. And I was like, okay. And then they were fine with it. So, but I've also shipped in boxes that were over 50 pounds. I've shipped in boxes that were like 30 inches. And if you do it a lot, they can suspend your account. I've never been suspended for that reason. I've been suspended for other reasons. Just one time. One time I got suspended. But it's a learning process, right? So I got suspended because I was selling a brand, Nintendo. I'll tell you, it was Nintendo. I was selling a brand I wasn't supposed to. And they were like, hey, you can't sell this brand. Get out of here. And I was like, hey, you didn't tell me I couldn't sell it. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I guess so. We'll let you back in then. and so they reinstated my account. So let's see, are toys ungated? Yeah, the toy category is ungated. There are subcategories in the toy category, like learning toys, I think baby toys that are gated, but for most toys are not gated. Let's see, you're gonna post this video on your channel later, probably, just because, you know, I had a good time, and I hope everybody's learned something. If you've learned something valuable, give me a yes in chat so that I know that this wasn't all for naught. And if you guys like this setup with the whiteboard, all right, you know, give me another yes, or like, I guess I shouldn't say yes again. Give me a whiteboard, like just say whiteboard in chat. If you I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Yes, daddy. All right. Okay, sweet. Oh, someone said no. That's a shame. We're done here. I'm putting it all away. Someone said no. They don't like it. Let's see. What shows gated items whiteboard? All right. So you're saying what shows when you go to list it? If you go to Seller Central, you go to the top bar and you click Add a Product, and then in that search bar you put in the ASIN or just the title of the product, and then you try to add it to your inventory. It'll tell you there's selling limitations, and it'll say you're not ungated in this brand or category. That's how you know for sure whether or not you can account. And it's entirely account dependent, so I can't tell you exactly what brands or categories that you can't sell in, because it's pretty much different for everybody. I've got hundreds of students, and some students will get auto ungated, where auto ungated means that they just apply to being gated and they just get in automatically. And then other students will apply and they'll be like, oh, you need to submit an invoice for a product. So it's different for every account. The one trend that I've noticed about this is the longer you've had your account, and not years, but months. All right, so I have a few students that have had their accounts for maybe 4 or 5 months getting auto ungated, right? Versus people that have only had their account for maybe a few weeks, they're not getting auto ungated. And the reason for that is Amazon wants to make sure that you're a legit seller, right? That you're not a con artist, that you're not a scammer, you're not coming on and just selling a bunch of fake counterfeit goods and then disappearing. So they want to see that you've actually sold the legitimate products. So the best way to do it is to just get on there, find ungated products, sell those, and then after a few months you'll be able to probably get auto ungated in the bigger categories, and then you can sell those products. Okay, draw my marker. So I'm just gonna put it down before I drop it again. All right. Okay. So any more questions? We've been going for about an hour. I'm getting hungry, so I'm about to cook up some food. But I'll take a few more questions from everybody. And I got to give away the book. All right, so I guess think of a good question. Give away Win Bigly. Win Bigly. All right, by Scott Adams, guy that wrote Dilbert. All right, this book's just about winning big, persuasion in a world where facts just don't matter. All right, so and I've got a ton of other books on this bookshelf, that I'll give away in other live streams as well. So love giving away books. It's the best thing to give away. All right, so my question to win the book is, how about, on average, or what is, what, I kind of just want to do like a math question, just so just make sure everybody knows that, I'm bad at math, and I'll probably be like, someone will get the math question right, and I won't know what it is. How about let's see, what does ROI stand for, and what is the average ROI for new sellers? All right, so maybe not the lowest ROI, right? I said that was 30%. What's an average ROI for new sellers that you should try to go for, all right? As well as what does it stand for? So I'm looking in chat here. Everybody's saying 30%, but I didn't say it was 30%. I said it was something else. It's not 70. It was on. I erased it. No one's gonna get it, I guess. Maybe I did write 70. I didn't write 70. Okay, maybe I did. I don't know. I have to like rewind and so I have a bad memory and I'm bad at math. That's not likely, right? Let's see, the first person that said it. Let me scroll up here. Okay, Corey K. All right, Corey K said return on investment 70%, which is what I said earlier, right? That's what I said. Yep. So 70% is great, is a good ROI for new sellers, and that's what I said. So Corey K, you win the book. Congrats, right? All right. So Corey K, just message me like on YouTube or message me on Instagram. Yeah, actually just message me here on YouTube, all right? So, yeah, Corey, message me on YouTube. Actually, I'll send you a message right now. Or, yeah, I'll send you a message right now so then you can reply. Just give me your shipping address, and I'll mail this book to you, okay? Yeah, just shoot me a message. And if you don't know how to use the messaging system on YouTube, it's kind of weird. Just go to my channel and send me a message, all right? So, but I'll know it was Corey K because I see Corey K and his picture's like... I can't actually tell what the picture is, but you know, just send me a message, Senor Corey K or Senorita Corey K. So sweet, it wasn't rigged. I swear, I don't know who Corey K is. Corey, do I know you? Do I know you? Maybe I do. I don't know. Actually, I don't think I know any Coreys. So I don't think so. But yeah, Corey K winning the book. Cool. So yeah, does anybody have any final questions before I wrap this up? You're very cute, by the way. Oh, thanks. It's the beard. I swear, it's the beard. All right. Any questions? Any closing questions? Just a couple quick ones, and I'm gonna get off here because I've been on here for about an hour. But I hope some of this information wasn't like super confusing. How's the first quarter? Is it dead like in the sales? Yeah. Q1 is not nearly as good as Q4. Q1's pretty low. But in my opinion, it's a great time to start Amazon because you've got the whole year to learn how to do it. A lot of people were starting Amazon in like September and they were fumbling and tripping over themselves all of Q4 trying to get products in, figure out what's profitable, what sells. If you start now, you'll be so geared up and ready for like Q4 2018 that you'll just blow it out of the water. So I think now's a really good time to start. More importantly, if you start in Q4, you're going to see a ton of sales, and then in January they'll fall off and you'll be discouraged. COD GG is starting now. Congratulations, COD GG. All right. All right. Let's see. I'm a rich prince from Nigeria. Can I do this? Yeah. Why not? You know, why not, right? So yeah, for anybody who wants to, you know, be my student, learn directly from me in a mentorship kind of way, check the link, you know, below this video, or click the link below this video. It'll take you to my website where I offer mentorship training. All right, and it's super easy, streamlined. You know, teach you everything that I know, A to Z, from the beginning if you don't know how to do it, all the way to, you know, where you're making like thousands, tens of thousands, 20. You want $100,000 a month? I don't know, but I think that's a lot. But yeah, if anybody's interested in that, it's there. I'm not gonna push it on anybody. I'm not gonna sit here and you know do this obnoxious selling stuff that a lot of people like to do. But it's there for anybody who's interested. All right, I'm gonna continue, you know, obviously helping you guys here on YouTube as much as possible. But as you know, I am very busy. Okay, so. Yeah, import taxes, again, not a ton, usually just a few percent of the price that you paid for it. So it's even less than, you know, the percentage on the sales you'll make. So does your course include taxes? Do you get charged tax? You don't get charged tax when you buy my course. And I go over a little bit on how to get your sales tax certificate, as well as setting up your LLC and consulting with an attorney. So yeah. But for legal reasons, I can't like give you tax advice, obviously. Let's see. You gonna save this video? Yes. Yeah, I will. I'll make sure that everybody will be able to watch this later if you want to. Let's see, how does Amazon get their FBA price? How does Amazon get their FBA price? So if you're talking about the fees, it's based on the product's size and dimensions, which makes sense because they're physically moving that product. It costs money to ship something that's bigger and larger. So the larger and heavier the product is, the more the FBA fee is going to be, but not a ton more, right? In fact, it's not oversized unless it's over 18 inches. So anything under 18 inches is going to fall under the normal sized products, all right? So no big deal there. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this. If you've got any questions, you know, leave them in the chat or shoot me an email. And if you want to join the mentorship Amazon training, you know, check the link right below this. And, you know, I think it'll help you out a lot. But like I said, I'm not going to, you know, sit here and go on and on about it. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out and watching. And I will see everybody in my next video or my next live stream or whatever I do that you see me next. All right, so I'll see you guys then. Again, thanks for watching, and